This is Autios. In November of 2023, I downgraded this account from an Ultimate Ironman to a regular Ironman with one goal in mind. I want to take on the biggest challenges within RuneScape, and I want to obtain the best gear in the game. Follow along on my Ironman progress series. So there's a pretty nifty method when doing solo Yama kills, which is that you can bring your alt account or your main account with a Soul Flame Horn and an Elder Maul. Use the special attack on the Soul Flame Horn, which gives both accounts guaranteed accuracy on their next hit. So you use that guaranteed accuracy to land an Elder Maul special attack, which reduces the defense of Yama by 35%. So why does this matter? Well, right now when I do solo Yama kills, I've been using both special attacks on my Emberlight, which drains the defense a little bit, but it's not great. But if I did this, I would have 100% special attack energy for every kill, which means that I could just do some DPS instead. And if you're looking to do some DPS, there's no better bet than Burning Claws. Burning Claws are kind of like Dragon Claws, except they don't do quite as much damage on the initial special attack. However, they do have a burn effect, which applies for the next 40 ticks. So it adds up to do quite a bit of damage over the long haul. So you have to get 2 Burning Claw drops in order to make the Burning Claws. And we've killed about 1,600 of these things. The last Greater Demon task we had, we got 2 Tormented Synapses. We only have 1 Burning Claw on the account so far. So we're at 6 Tormented Synapses, 1 Burning Claw. We kind of need to fix that ratio. So this episode, my main focus is going to be grinding out Greater Demon task, doing some Tormented Demons, and just trying to get the 2nd Burning Claw. All right, first Greater Demon task of the video. We got assigned 204 of these, and we are going to be using our Bracelet of Slaughter to try and extend this even more. And I didn't mention, but just in case anyone's not aware, I am going to be tutorial skipping every single task except for Greater Demons. Like, I'm only going to be doing a Greater Demon task right now. And I found that these tasks tend to be pretty heavy on the prayer pots. I mean, I guess you could choose to not use Piety and Rigor, but for me, I really need the extra damage because I want to get this done as quickly as I can. So I am using all of the offensive prayers, but I am swapping my quick pray every time to basically you have to swap it so that you have the offense and the defense correct, and you only get to do it for like 100 damage or something like that. So it's pretty tedious, I'm not going to lie, swapping and then one tick flicking your prayer, but it is probably worth it. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to conserve my prayer potions, but realistically, I'm going to be burning through a lot. I don't know the drop rate on a dragon fruit tree seed, but I'm guessing I probably just don't want to know. All right, that should be the last kill of the task. We killed 300 Greater Demons exactly. No uniques this task, unfortunately. But we're going to go get another task and keep hunting that 2nd Bone Claw. Wow, that's a big task. 240 Greater Demons. Surely this has to be the task, right? Surely. Well, I ended up having to go on a business trip. So what I did is I took my phone with me, and I was actually able to kill him pretty easily doing it on mobile. I did use monk robes though, and I stopped doing the prayer flicking. But anyway, unfortunately, we got 2 uniques this task, and they were both Tormented Synapses. So I'm going to throw these screenshots on the screen right now. You hate to see it. I mean, guess it's always cool. It's good bank value and all that cool stuff. I'll probably end up dropping them to my main anyway, but definitely not the unique you wanted to see when you already have 6 of them. All right, so I am back from the business trip. We completed the previous Greater Demon task that we had. We got a new one, and we're almost all the way through this, but here's a quick update on the collection log here. So we have 8 Synapses, 1 Claw, and we're at 2,441 KC. I think mentally I'm starting to hit the wall a little bit on these guys, but that's okay because I just have to remind myself if I had to pick somewhere to go dry in the game, Tormented Demons, it's not a bad choice. They're really good XP, they're great Slayer XP, you get a lot of alchables from it and stuff like that, so I can't complain, but yeah, I will definitely be excited to get the claw when we get it, and we will get it. And you know, I should probably throw a disclaimer in here because sometimes people get all up in arms in the comments when I use the word dry. I know I'm not actually like dry here because I have 8 synapses, but I don't know. I find these types of clips where I'm talking about what I'm going for and the fact that, you know, my KC is at this point and I still don't have it. I find it entertaining, and I just feel like it adds to the story of the item that I'm going for versus just showing a clip when I get the drop. So if you don't like these clips, I apologize. You can just put me on mute. No. somewhat constipated. That one just, it just makes you a wee bit sad. And there's no reason to bitch and moan. We just got to get back in there. That is Tormented Synapse number 9. I'll put it this way. The main is going to really love when I drop these over and sell them on the GE. I'm just working towards that future scythe split. That's how I have to look at it. Just working towards that future scythe split. All right, so we are on KC 2488. Getting back in there, we're using magic now because I still don't have 99 magic, and it would be nice to have, mainly for the spellbook swap. And that's another Greater Demon task completed. 320 Greater Demons killed. Let's go get a new task. 248 Greater Demons. This is the biggest task we've had yet. This has to be the freaking one, bro. No! 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 Oh my gosh, bro. That's number 10. Sorry for all the new sound effects you guys are getting this video. That was on KC 2667. We got our 10th Tormented Synapse. I gotta say, if you can just look away from your GP stack when you buy all the soul runes, using the purging staff here is a lot of fun. You just hit so hard, and the magic XP is pretty juicy. So I'm happy with this decision, but I did the math and it is going to cost like 5 mil just to go from 98 to 99 magic just in soul runes alone. So if we end up taking that long, it is going to hurt the cash stack a little bit, but again, I do feel like it's worth it just to get that 99 magic cape. Man, that is a big level. I never thought I'd hit that. It's level 97 Slayer. We actually might go for 99 at some point. Just past the 2700 KC milestone, and I just realized that I'm only killing like 45 of these things an hour, which means that I've done, oh gosh, I don't even know. I think that means I've done over 60 hours of Tormented Demons now. That's a bit gross. I feel like sometimes, this game challenges you mentally. Like, are you going to cave? Are you going to give up? I kind of gave up on the Voidwaker grind, but I'm going to win this time. I'm going to win. Dadgummit, I'm going to win. I'm going to keep going until I get this drop. I don't care if we hit 10,000 KC. We're getting this freaking claw. On KC 2717, our dreams, our wishes, our hopes, our pride, our joy, it all came true in one beautiful orange beam while I was having to be quiet because our baby was sleeping. There it is. Have you ever seen a more beautiful beam in your entire life, man? The burning claw, the orange beam. For once, you want the orange, not the pink beam. Oh, it's so sexy. Oh my gosh, it's finally done. So I think we can take our second burning claw. We'll just release that bank space. And I think all we have to do is use these on each other. 2 burning claws become the burning claws. That was easy. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Oh my, I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. I'm finally done with those freaking Tormented Demons. All right, and because I am curious, I feel like it's a bit of a tradition, honestly, at this point. We have to do the combat dummy here in the POH. Let's throw on Piety, pot up, and see what we can hit with these things. 16, 16, 33. What is that, like 65? So it's a 65, but I think each hit has the possibility of burning once. So you saw that was a burn damage. I'm pretty sure you can get like up to 6 burn damage, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I don't really know, to be honest. I just know they're good. So yeah, we got them. I know they're good, and I know we got them. So I guess I should actually clarify this. According to the wiki, you can do up to 29 burn damage per special attack, and each hit has the chance of burning your target. So basically, if you hit all 3 specs and you hit all 3 attacks on all 3 specs, you could theoretically burn the target up to 9 times, which is basically never going to happen. But if you did, it would do 29 damage for each spec, adding up to like 90 extra damage. So yeah, they're good. That's a lot of nerd talk. Just know that they're good, okay? Just know that they're good. All right, a little bit more nerd talk I need to do here. When I fight Yama, I have a 64 max hit. But in order for me to have that 64 max hit, I have to have 118 strength bonus, no lower. If I drop to 117, my max hit goes from a 64 to a 62. So it's really important that I keep my strength all the way at 118 at all times when I'm fighting Yama. The best way to do that is by making divine super combats. I currently have level 90 herb lore, and if I got to level 93, I could boost using a botanical pie to 94 herb lore, and I could make some divine super combats, which give you the 118 strength bonus for a full 5 minutes, along with boosting your attack and defense. So they're really good, and I think they're especially important at Yama because each max hit or each strength level is actually 2 max hits. So this is a long, nerdy way of me saying I need to train Herblore. Well, guess who's an idiot and didn't get the clip of me just spending 2.5 million GP, crushing 1,000 birds' nests, and converting all of my herbs into unfinished potions. That would be me. But if you look at the screen here, you can see I have a lot of herbs saved up, which is going to make this grind a lot easier. I've tried to keep up with my farm runs, everything like that. So we do have level 93 herb lore banked. We basically just have to take the time to actually train these things. So up first, we're doing our prayer pots, which I was down to a single prayer potion. So I really needed to get more of these. And we started this out with 1,768 unfinished Renar potions. Quite a lot. And then we're pretty good on snake grass. We've got over 3,000 of it. But we're still, of course, using our prescription goggles to save secondaries. All right, taking a look at one of my favorite plugins in the game, the Banked XP plugin. We can check out what secondaries we still need. So this is for the super combat potions that we're going to make. It says we're short on super strength and super defense pots, but we're going to be making like well over 1,000 of each during this, so we're good there. Bird's Nest, we're 5 short, but prescription goggles, we're good. Mortmire Fungus, we're 522 short, so we do need to go get some of those. Potato Cactus, 17 short, again, the goggles will get us there. And then Zami Wines, we're at 628 that we have. That'll actually end up being closer to 700, which means that we probably still need, I don't know, maybe 150 or so of those to get us there. So basically, this is a long way of saying that I'm going to go get some Mortmire Fungus and some Wines of Zamorak so that I'm good on secondary, so that I just don't have to worry about it in the middle of the grind. That way I can just really lock in, train all the herb lore. I'm probably going to end up doing quite a bit of this on mobile. So I have been using this this little XP tracker here, but it's not going to be totally accurate because some of it will be on mobile, which doesn't get tracked. Well, this is getting boring, so I'm going to call it there. That's 123 Wines of Zamorak. That should be enough. If I'm a few short, whatever. We'll get the rest at some point from Top anyway. All right, so we just finished up the prayer potions, and after decanting into 4-dose pots, we have 1,400 prayer potions now, which is a beautiful thing to see on an Ironman. It truly is. Up next, I think I don't know. I might do super combats. Honestly, just depends how I'm feeling. All right, up next, I'm going to be doing my super restores. We have 7,641 red spider eggs, and we have 1,585 unfinished Snapdragon potions. So this is going to be a pretty juicy little chunk of XP here. And we already have a pretty juicy super restore stack. I don't ever use them because I always heard people say on an Ironman, don't ever use them as prayer potions. Despite me always being low on prayer pots, I never use these super restores because I've always heard that tip. But I have to say, I kind of wonder if that still applies with the changes to Nex. Because the rationale used to always be, well, when you get to Nex, you're going to use so many brews and everything that you're going to need all those super restores. But they just changed Nex to not do as much chip damage. It's an interesting little food for thought. First level of the video, there is level 91 herb lore, 2 levels left to go. All right, we finished these super restores, so there's the updated stack. There's 2,611 4-dose super restore potions. That is gorgeous. So I've got a lot of this demonic tallow from Yama, and it can be used to make the new surge potions. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be using these that much, but I figured I'd just go ahead and make some. So I don't know, we'll probably make like 50 of these before we use the rest of the Torstal on super combat potions. Up next, we are doing our super combat potions, and these are the ones that are a little bit annoying because you have to do 4 different stacks. But I want to point out how amazing the prescription goggles are on these because they don't save you the strength and attack potion or the defense potion. No, they save you the frickin' Torstal, bro. They save you the frickin' Torstal. So the prescription goggles, again, are just OP. Jagex, actually, they're not OP. Please don't ever nerf them. They're actually, I think they need a tune-up, to be honest. Oh my gosh. 6,056 doses of super combat, bro. That is... Ooh, that is juicy. That is like over 1,500 super combat potions, so that is a pretty little healthy stack in my opinion. All right, up next I'm going to be doing my brews, and this is going to be probably the biggest chunk of XP. We did some other shit. I'm not going to go through every single potion that we did. I'm just going to show you guys. Here's level 93 Herblore. Woohoo. All right, we got it. We got it done. So that means now we can boost and we can start making these divine super combat pots. All right, so I'm going to nerd out here again. Bear with me. I did do a little bit of a cheese method on these divine super combat potions, and that is that you can use your amulet of chemistry to have a 10% chance at getting an extra dose when you're making these. Now, typically you would do these as a 4 dose, and so the amulet wouldn't proc. Well, you can turn them into 3 doses, which a lot of people do, and then you do get the proc, but if you turn them into 1 dose potions, then you have basically 3 times as many opportunities to make the amulet do its proc, and basically you just get a heck of a lot more divine super combat. The thing that's really nice about this is it doesn't just save the crystal shard, it also actually gives you an extra dose of super combat. So you're converting these into 2 doses instead of 1 doses. Is the long story short here. Now, because I don't have level 97 Herblore, I have to boost using a botanical pie. The thing about that is if I use preserve, it only lasts 90 seconds, and I can't get through very many potions in 90 seconds. There's a cheese method. You can log out every 10 seconds, and you don't ever lose your boost. This comes out to being about 20 ticks. So if you see at the bottom of my screen, I have the tick counter on where the like report abuse thing is. Basically what I do is I don't want to let that thing ever hit 21. If it hits 21, you're going to lose your boost. So right around 17, 18 ticks, I hop world and I never lose my boost. So it's slow, it's tedious, but for me, it's worth it right now at this stage in the game. So yeah, that's a lot of talking. Let's get all these done. Well, I thought I recorded a clip talking about the total tallies on all of the potions that I made for this video, but I guess I didn't, so I'm just going to show them on the screen right now. I did get this screenshot. We ended up making 287 total super divine combat potions. That was tedious as hell, I'm not going to lie, but I think it was well worth it in the long run because I only ended up using 1/2 of a botanical pie, so if I need to do it again, I definitely can. But yeah, we have over 117 mil worth of potions on this account now, which is kind of crazy, man. The Ironman, you know, when you make an Ironman, you never see yourself having this much GP worth of potions. But we do. We've got over 2,000 brews, 2,600 super restores, and a bunch of other goodies. YouTube Analytics says that 70% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if that's you, please consider subscribing and dropping a like on this video for today because, man, these last 3 episodes particularly, I've made some major progress. I got the Burning Claws, the Infernal Cape, and now the Divine Super Combats. We've got everything we need. We're ready to lock in at Yama. I'm really excited for this next chapter, these next videos of me doing some Yama KC. It should be a lot of fun. So like I said, please consider dropping a like, dropping a sub, all that good stuff. And we're going to catch all of you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Adios.